Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Anna Morfides with Mendy Hearts Counseling, and today's video we're going to continue workshop day 2 on how to change an outcome in any specific situation that we feel is challenging in our lives right now, whether that situation involves your employment, your romantic aspect of your life, or friends and family. When we are wishing to experience a different outcome, there is a belief inside of us somewhere that is so strong that keeps creating the reality that we are living in this moment that we are wishing to change. And that's why we're going to be using the book by Louise Hay, Love Yourself, Heal Your Life, in order to understand what that belief is. And if you watched part 1 of the video, the belief system that we have created or acquired, I should say, when we were children, and 95% of it is completely autonomic. Our nervous system is 95% autonomic. Our autonomic nervous system is one of the biggest organs that we have within our body, and is super complex, and it fires signals all the time that carry information that has been absorbed and acquired as children between the ages of 0 to about 7 years old, maybe even 12 years old. We are in the theta wave state, which is actually the equivalent state of being when you are meditating, when your mind is not busy and it's quiet. The theta wave state is the state that is most susceptible to creating neurological pathways that release signals through neurotransmitters within our system. And that's why children at that age are so absorbable, and they literally create the highways of their future self within their nervous system as everything is developing, because everything develops until they're up to 24 years old. And then that becomes the blueprint of their hard drive that releases information day in and day out as their adolescent and adult self. Adult self, because adolescent is up to 24. So when you understand what your beliefs are, which create your thoughts, which create your emotions and or feelings, which lead to your behaviors, then you can change everything, because our thoughts are creating the emotions. So if your thoughts are such as, I'll use me as an example. When I did the first part of this exercise and I was writing out things that I believed to be true about women, I would write things such as women are oppressed, they are powerless, they are silenced, they are weak. So that was my belief system that I had acquired as a child, growing up in Greece in a small village, because that's what I saw the women in my village do and or be. And that's who I saw who my mom was, her stepmom, her actual mom, my dad's mom. That is what I was taught, and that is what my belief system became to be. And of course, as an adult, because that was my belief system, it would create those thoughts that women are oppressed and we're weak and vulnerable and all these others, and weak and all these other things. I would have a predominant emotion of sadness, and then my behaviors would reflect my predominant emotions and my feelings, which were disappointed, not fulfilled, these types of things. And then once I went to school to become a counselor and I had to change all that, my belief system needed to change from what I used to think and feel predominantly about women to women are strong, women are capable, women are beautiful, women are cherished, women are loved, even though that had not been my experience, or my mom's, or my grandma's, or her stepmom's, or anyone else that I would physically see in my reality, right? Because that is what created my belief in the first place. When we change that belief system to what we are wishing, but instead of wishing, trusting and knowing that we are going to have, because that's what we deserve, right? From wishing and hoping that we would be treated as such. Now I have the knowing that we are strong, we are capable, we are more than enough, all these things. That becomes my new belief system, no matter what my physical reality is showing me, because that is how we create a new outcome. So when I changed my belief system, and how do you do that? You affirm the complete opposite day in and day out. I have countless of journals that I would write things in. Thank you for the unlimited power that I have from within me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Anna. I am a powerful woman. I am a strong woman. I am a capable woman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would just write all these things out day in and day out. 21 days to 60 days through neuroplasticity to create a new neurological pathway that fires a complete different signal. So that will become my new belief system. And if you look at your answers that you answered, what do you think about men, women, money, sex, work, success, failure, God, love? If there's a category in there that has things such as, if, for example, there was one category that someone had shared with me that had things such as, like negative beliefs that men are, and I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were, in a sense, I guess, kind of what I had experienced when my belief about women was that we were oppressed. Like, men are, I can't even bring myself to say these words, because I don't want to manifest that to be, or like, I don't want to affirm that to be like actual reality. So I guess the point is, if you are finding categories that have negative things, like money is hard to make, you know, you have to switch that to money comes easy to me. Money is easy to make. Money is abundant. Money finds its way really easy to me. Or about love. Love is hard to find, or love equals heartbreak. All that needs to be changed in order for you to have a different outcome. Love is beautiful. Love is teaching me things about myself that I didn't know. It's showing me things that I need to heal within myself. Love is easy to find. How about failure, or like mistakes? Failure. Louise Hay says here an example: when I make a mistake, I am a failure. Failure means that I'm doing it wrong. That's not true. Rewrite that. Failure is an opportunity to regrow myself. Failure is an opportunity to do different, not to do better, to do different. Failure is an opportunity to get to know myself and who I am on a deeper level by experiencing an action and knowing by the way that I feel after that action, I want to continue to do this, or I don't want to continue this because this action does not make me feel good. So it's not really a failure. It's a learning process. It's an opportunity for growth and development. And then, say if you feel that men are mean, or men are not loving, or things like that, of that nature, it would be most serving for you to have a different outcome with men, to change that belief system. Men are courageous, men are capable, men are loving, men are showing up for me. Even though that's what they say, fake it till you make it. And like, the power of prayer is the knowing that this thing can exist for you, not hoping or wishing, knowing, because hoping and wishing puts you in a state of hoping and wishing for something. And like Masha Linehan says, when you're in a state of wishing, so Masha Linehan is the creator of dialectical behavioral therapy, which is an offshoot of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, and dialectical behavioral therapy acronym is DBT. It's the whole basis of dialectical behavioral therapy is that you cannot change something that you're wishing to be different, because you're not accepting what is right now. So you can't wish for something to be different. You accept, okay, this is the belief that I acquired. This is what society has shown me. This is what was immediate in my household. Yes, this is my belief system. Yes, that contributes to my thoughts, and 95 of them are unconscious, and I don't even know that I'm having these thoughts, which lead to my feelings and emotions and my behaviors. So I'm going to change my belief system to change my thoughts, to change my emotions, to change my behavior. That's why change your thoughts, change your life is a thing. And you're going to immerse yourself in the knowing, not the wishing, that you will have different. This is why we're always in power and control of our lives. And even though we might feel that we're powerless, now that we know, we can do different for ourselves. So if you wrote things that are in the negative, change all that in the positive of things that you are still haven't yet to experience in the aspect of work or relationships, or, so for me, for example, I rewrote that women are capable, powerful, cared for, all these things. And I'm actually having that experience now from my outside world. I have changed the outcome of my connections with the masculine energy completely just by changing my thought pattern. And I'm trying to apply that in all aspects of my life. When I did this exercise, and for example, the things that I felt about work and or sex and or love, again, I affirmed the complete opposite. Love is easy to find. Love finds its way to me. Love is easy to find because it's easy for me to give it to myself. Again, that's the other thing too. Like we must, I shouldn't say we must. It would be most serving to give ourselves the things that we are seeking from another, because as within, so without. So love comes easy to me because I know how to truly love myself. Money is easy for me to make because I am aligned with abundance, and abundance means many things: love, joy, money, like everything that you are writing that seems to be negative, rewriting it helps in a positive way, will be the driving force of you creating a different outcome. So then we were also having a picture of an inner child that we were going to look at and see what we believe. And when I looked at the photos of my inner child that I needed to heal, because I feel when I was looking at myself in the photo before 4 years old, I would see this little girl that was hopeful. Her eyes were beaming, and she felt confident and successful. But that's also when we lived in Canada. It's funny, I just put that 2 and 2 together. That was when we lived in Canada, but when we went back to Greece and I was 4.5, when I look at the picture, especially this one picture that my dad brought back when I was about 6 years old, that light was gone from my inner child's eyes, and I saw different. I saw questioning, like, what is happening? Like, why are people treating me this way? What is wrong with me? Why can't I be loved? Why am I so unwanted? Why am I so ugly? Like, that light was gone, and that little girl was like beaten. And yeah, I guess that's when all the abuse started to, not only it was physical and emotional, I also, there was sexual abuse that was happening around that time. I was, about 5.5 to 6. So that makes sense to me why that little girl in that photo was the way that she was. So then what I had to do is give that little girl all that she was craving and needing. And when I look at my exercise that I did back then, I wrote that my inner child was abandoned and was seeking for love and acceptance, and was also abused in emotional, physical, and other ways. And then when I answered the question, what does this picture tell you? I wrote down that it was telling me that I needed healing, and I needed to smile, and I needed to relive all that was desired by my little girl. I wanted to give myself a chance to relive everything. So I just turned 46. I did this when I was 40 or just before 40. So I did all that work all those years. I'm not saying that things like different levels of my life would change every single time I would do a self-love or a gratitude workshop or healing my inner child. And then I would talk to my inner child. So I would talk to it in a way that would answer these questions that are coming after, or like I'm going to share them with you now, but they came after the exercise of looking at the picture. So when you talk to your inner child, you're going to ask it, what do you like? So I had written that I like love and affection in copious amounts. So again, it's a clear indication to me that I did not have a chance to receive that when I was a child. So I cultivated this belief system about myself that I'm unworthy, not lovable, bound to be rejected, bound to be alone. Because I also did feel, I also did talk about that my inner child was abandoned. And abandonment was a big word for me. And I kept experiencing that in my romantic relationships. I would be abandoned, whether they would leave me or not continue to want to date me, or literally abandon me within the connection and not spending time with me, not wanting to talk to me, not wanting to hang out with me. So abandonment can look different in many ways, but I've healed my abandonment wounds, so I'm not experiencing that anymore. And when we answer the question, what do you like? Love and affection in copious amounts. I knew and I was taught that I must do this for myself first, or it would serve me best to do this for myself. And then someone would rise to meet the level of love that I now have cultivated for myself. And how do you love yourself? Well, you do the things that you're wishing. Maybe you need to work more, or maybe you need to work less, or maybe you need to say no when you say yes. Maybe you need to stop being a people pleaser, or maybe you need to heal wounds from the past. Maybe you need to eat a different diet that you're wishing or wanting to do, because sometimes I feel like the worse I felt about myself, like the more I would eat things that were like not the best for me. I mean, a combination of everything is great, like moderation and everything, but I find myself like not nourishing my body as I do now with adding fresh fruits and vegetables and things as such. Like the things that I would give to my children, I would definitely not give to myself. And then exercising to, keep your endorphins and oxytocin levels up, because they create so much joy. What else? How else can we love ourselves? Giving ourselves time to perhaps meditate or journal or do the things that we love. Go for a walk. Like, allow yourself to do the things that you're finding you're not able to do. And then question number 2 is, what do you dislike? So you're talking to your inner child, like, what do you dislike? I wrote down ignorance, because I felt I was so abandoned. So, okay, how do I not ignore myself now? So I will no longer ignore when I feel that my body is in fight or flight because something's not right. I will no longer ignore the fact that maybe I need to work a little bit less and be more present as a parent. I'm not going to ignore anymore myself when it comes to what I'm eating or my thoughts, especially my thoughts. I'm not going to ignore any negative self-talk that I have that beats myself down over and over. And then I will connect to myself. I'm not going to ignore myself. So what do I need to connect with myself? Do I need to go to meditation? Do I need a weekend away with my girlfriends, or do I need a night out with my friends? Like, what am I needing? Do I need to just stay home one day and do nothing? What am I needing? I'm not going to ignore my wants and my desires and my needs anymore. And then question number 3 is, what frightens your inner child? So I had written down being alone and being abused. So how can I not be alone? Well, we did get a dog, which was amazing. He was like my best companion ever. And that took a lot of my fear away. And also just affirming in my mind all the time, I am safe. Like all the time, like I am safe. Nothing is ever going to happen to me. And yeah, and then what frightens me about being abused, I would make sure that I don't abuse myself with my own self-talk or in other ways that I was allowing abuse to happen to myself before, like as an adult. And then question number 4 is, how do you feel? So now I started writing out the things that I wanted to feel, right? As an adult, happy, excited, hopeful, fulfilled. Like, write out all the things that you want to feel and experience and let that be your new belief system. And then what do you need? Write out what you need. I guess this is kind of what do you like? Yeah, what do you need? So I need to feel content. I need to feel spice and access to more experiences. Okay, so how do we find ourselves to be content with ourselves? What's your self-talk? What do you need in order to feel content? Peace, joy, love, what is it? Give that to yourself. Give yourself experiences that bring you joy. Give yourself experiences that bring you love. Spice, how did I guess I wanted to spice things up because my life was monotonous day in, day out. Sometimes a mommy life can be a lonely life. So spice things up. I started going to yoga, and I started going to what are those events called? Networking events where we were doing breath work and inner child work and sound bath or sound bowl baths. I've tried everything under the sun. I tried cold plunging. I did all these things to spice up my life and experience different things that connected me to myself and to others around me. And then, yeah, I guess the other one was that I wrote was access to more experiences. So again, I gave myself access to experiences, and I took on a volunteer role that I would have never have taken on before because I would be too scared to be in the limelight in case I make a mistake. Then I would be stonewalled and or be told, criticized, and all those things. I wanted to shed that, so I did that. And then number 6 is a really big question, and number 7 too. So number 6 is, how can I help you feel safe? You're going to ask your inner child and talk to it. How can I help you feel safe? And I said, and I wrote, hug me, talk to me, engage with me. So now it was my job to start doing that, like hug myself. So a lot of the times, you know, in the morning when you do your gratitude practice, I had this one coach actually that taught me to give myself gratitude hugs and just bathe myself with gratitude and basically embrace every part of my body. And as I thank the world, thank you for another beautiful day. Thank you for my beautiful body. Thank you for my beautiful self. Thank you for the great news I'm receiving today. Already you can feel how your energy changes and you start your day on a different note, as opposed to before I knew this, when I would wake up in the morning and I would drag myself out of bed thinking about all the things that I had to do, and it felt heavy and just not exciting. But now it feels exciting, especially, and it's still work for me to do. It's not like I wake up every morning and I feel excited, but I put myself in the state of excitement to receive great news, to thank myself for my body, because we, as humans, we are wired to be below the line. So I want to say the complete opposite things to myself, like, look at you, you haven't worked out in a while, like, or your belly looks a little big today, or whatever it is, like, you know, like, oh, just criticizing every part of me. That's what I want to do. I also understand that this is a learned behavior that I learned as a child. So I've shaken it off, but it still wants to come back here and there. Like, it still wants to creep in and come back. And also because we are wired to be below the line. Our 5 predominant emotions is anger, sadness, fear, disgust, and joy. So we're wired to be below the line. By probability alone, the fact that we're going to land in thoughts that will create these emotions, fear, anger, disgust, sadness, is way higher than joy. So this is why we are wired to be below the line, and redirecting our thoughts all the time is the most beautiful gift that we can give to ourselves. And then the other thing, question number 7, which is really important. How can I make you happy? So give yourself all that you want to feel happy. This is easy to do when you're thinking about your partner. Like if I were to go back in the day and I was thinking about the things that I wanted my romantic partner to give me, connection, commitment, cherishing, communication, all these things, deep down inside, that's what I was desiring and needing, and I needed to do that for myself. So how do I cherish myself? How do I love myself? How do I connect with myself? Is it through yoga? Is it through meditation? Is it through journaling? Is it through my friends? Is it through a new job? With the knowing that I can have everything. It is our birthright to have everything and experience everything is in this life in an unlimited, limitless way. It's just because of our core beliefs and our belief system, or AKA self-concept, that we acquired as children, that we create those blocks for ourselves. But the world is a mirror, and by the way that others interact with us, we know what blocks it is that we need to release. And that's the kind of point of life at the end of the day. We embark on this journey as souls. We sign up for specific life lessons, and the point of life is to understand what your life lessons are through how the world is interacting with you, and then you exercise the power of change through your belief system, thought, emotions, behaviors, and then you change your life. And then you're like, I got this. This is actually not as bad as I thought, because I used to think and feel I don't ever want to come back here again and have this human experience. Now I'm like, okay, I got it. Like, this is not bad. Like, I am okay to come back if I needed to. Do I really want to? I'm not sure. But if I were to choose that for myself, I'm okay, because I think I got it. I'm going to stop the video right here. I hope that you got a lot out of this video today, and I hope you are understanding the concept of how we can create a different outcome for ourselves. And tomorrow, okay, sometimes I say tomorrow, and tomorrow might be in 2 days. I guess it depends what other work I have going on in my life. We're going to double into health. So we're slowly going to change everything about ourselves to experience something different, because for myself too, because of the belief system that I had, and because of the abuse that I had as a child, I had a lot of issues in my digestive system, which also happens to be the lower 3 chakras, which is the sense of self, your sense of, it's your sacral, solar and sacral chakra, solar plexus, and root, sacral, and solar. So root chakra, which is all about your sexuality, your sacral chakra, is that one the sense of self, and your solar plexus, which is, I'm going to look those up because I don't remember them off by heart, but I know that those last 3 chakras that are just above your belly button and below and all the way to your butt bone, those are the ones that if you do not cultivate a positive self-view, they're going to be blocked. And of course, through that energetic blockage, you will most likely experience issues with your digestive system. So I've been now working on healing myself, because I still have lots of energetic blockages that have accumulated for 40 years. I mean, it makes sense to me why it's there, but I also have the knowing that they're all going to disappear, and it's just, how do I work through them? So I'm going to be exploring this along with you guys, and we can completely heal ourselves and experience any different outcome, even if the outcome with the health is, say, if you suffer from constipation, like you want a different outcome. You want to experience a life where you're able to just go to the bathroom in the morning every day. So that's my current experience right now. And I apologize if it's TMI, but all that blockages, it's that I've experienced in my life, they're literally blocking me in my actual physical self. So I want to be able to create an outcome where every day I wake up and life flows freely through me. And how does life flow through us fluidly is we don't hold on to things. So even if we make so-called mistakes, we don't chastise ourselves and hold on to it and hold on to that energy to feed off the past ego self that knew to hold on to those things to beat ourselves up about it. Like, you want to let go and allow life to easily flow through you, whether it's a mistake or a challenge, or of course if it's a success, that's easy to flow through you. But whatever it is, you want to allow life to flow through you in a beautiful, free way, where you're not, that state of being of like holding your breath, and then it just holds everything in there. With all my love and gratitude, thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you like anything about this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you wanted to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you as part of my community. Any comments, questions, concern, I love to hear from you, or anything else that you wanted me to embark on. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you next time with all my love and gratitude again.